trying to get it. I would.
So look, I think
I'm telling you.
No, I think that one of the things, like, all right, say you have like a lot of times people have something called, they're diagnosed with like ADHD or something, right? But you only get to see the bad parts, like, oh, you can't focus, you can't organize. But they don't tell you the part where, well, I can have these spurts of energy sometimes, and I'll be like going in, and I can focus, I can juggle mad stuff in my mind. Okay, so now we just gotta find a little bit of balance with that.
Yeah, because you know what? Normally it's hindering. That's why people can't see the good.
You're told you're diagnosed and told it's a hinder. But however, maybe with some adjustments, with maybe some diet changes, some lifestyle changes, maybe it won't be a hinder. Maybe it could be a superpower. Because to think about it, like sometimes like attention spans are like maybe just sometimes you just got a different creative mind. Not everybody got the same mind. Like
you're going to be the connection between people needing to understand that. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Because I'm the person living through it who wouldn't even think to know that or think of that.
Well, I think of...
You know that, right?
Yeah.
Because I didn't know that. I didn't feel that way about mine until you just said it.
Because society conditions you to tell you everything. You always got to have something wrong with you. Society don't condition you to tell you, let me figure out what's right.
Yeah, or how you can
That's
use that
why
to make
everybody
it stronger.
That's why everyone's doing so much, like, trying to change who they are. And I don't mean it in a facetious way. I just mean it in a way like, you're not good enough. You're told every day you're not good enough. So if you're told that and then you get a diagnosis, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you're like,
something's wrong.
Something's wrong again. So that's kind of like the white supremacy model, to constantly tell you you're wrong. Something's wrong.
Your hair's wrong, Lord.
And I'm not saying people don't need treatment and help for certain conditions. Of course I'm not saying that. I'm a therapist. I'm a social. Of course I know that. But if you're constantly told something's wrong with you, then it's hard to kind of see what's right.
Yes.
Because I have 4 kids, so I know all my kids think and do things differently. But I'd be crazy to think that all my kids is going to be one way.
Good for you.
But some parents want every single child to be, why can't you be like little such and such?
Yep.
King's my little one. Oh, y'all should all be like King. So if everyone thought they should be like King, right, then they would lose part of their identity and feel bad about their identity just so they could be like him.
Yes. Can I share something too? A lot of parents feel like some things are common sense because a lot of people are embarrassed too, or sometimes for whatever their own reasons are. Some things have been stigmatized in our community. They won't do education or continuing education, or won't go out and read parenting books and stuff. I've never hear parents brag about reading parenting books. You have an education and you probably learned something.
Nah, I didn't read I'm blessed to come from the parents I did come from. Yeah. Because, my mom's so funny. The other day, like, there's a comedian named T.K. Kirkland. He have this special called Who Raised You? And I could tell you I watched that special maybe 30 times. And that stuff had me rolling every single time. And I wish I could have him on the show one day, right? Because he is so funny. Like, he got that old school funny, but new school. Like, he's just the bomb. And he's real talk funny. Nice. But my mom, like, she was seeing some stuff the other day and some situations that she kept saying, who raised them? Who raised them? And I was like, I just thought of T.K. Kirkland and his thing. But it's true, like, your parents, or your caretakers or whatever, they had it hard.
They did.
But sometimes I think that as parents, we all trying to be better than our own parents. But what ends up happening is... Like, I know... Okay, I'll give you an example. I know a lot of dads who are like, oh, my dad, he did me dirty. He left me behind. I never heard back from him. But then they have children, and then they do the same thing. And I'm like, well, can I ask you a question? If your dad did that to you and you know how it made you feel, why would you do that again to someone else? Who raised you? No, I'm just talking.
There could be a lot of things there. Like, there's a lot there.
But so I think, like, as parents, there is plenty of books on parenting, but most people don't go out and say, just get back to your question, most people don't go back and say, where's that parenting book?
Right. They don't even think about this.
Because they're trying to survive. They're trying to pay the bills, the light bills, the energy bills, the food. They're trying to deal with, even when you go to school, when a kid goes to school, all my kids I ever got calls for was about, the teacher would call, it depending on what type of school they was in. They'd be like behavioral stuff. I'm like, that's cool, but why? What y'all working on this week? Miss Mims, no. What are y'all working on this week? Because you want my child to sit down and be docile all damn day. That's not realistic. What child can be just sit there and be docile? That's not. There's something wrong with that. And the fact that that's pushed in most schools, that's problematic. That's why when my son went to Delphi Academy, he was a standout student. But as soon as he went to Brockton, well, let me say public schools. I'm not put Brockton out there. But I used to get calls every single day. Yeah. And I'd be like, damn, why y'all calling me? Y'all can't figure that out. Miss Mims, he sharpened his pencil today. No. He can't sit, he stopped. Because what y'all talking about all day?
Right, because it's probably the curriculum is probably not engaging enough.
Yeah,
so doesn't keep them active enough, and that's a part of social and policy change too.
Well,
where we parents can maybe try and get more involved with that.
We do have to get involved, but it's hard for parents to get involved when your job's at risk because you keep getting calls every single day about these behaviors, and you're trying to survive. So for the average parent, they don't have the ability to just work from home. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder what we can do.
We have a lot more.